please be advised there are spoilers ahead related to the property being watched and or discussed. Hello! Thank you very much for tuning in. This is Ashamoji TV. My name is Asha. If you're new here, welcome. This is where I like to watch, react, and share my 2 cents about a couple of properties related to sci-fi and fantasy. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you my condensed reaction to episode 16 from the first season of Fringe. This one is titled Unleashed. Sounds exciting. Is it as exciting as the transformation episode? I hope so. Or as revealing as the... I don't remember the name of that episode 14. Or is it as mind-blowing as episode 15? I don't know. I don't care. But I do trust that this show will surprise me. Because so far, I'm loving Fringe. I really am. And although I'm a bit jealous that so many of you had the chance to indulge in this awesome show, you know, when it was airing on TV at the time, I'm glad to have found it now. And I just hope that I become a fan of the whole series. But at the same time, based on the comments, I am a little weary that it's going to perhaps deviate into things that may not necessarily interest me, but I think at least will give me entertainment value, right? Because that's the main reason I watch these episodes, is to get some really good entertainment value related to the sci-fi genre. All right, so without further ado, here is my reaction to episode 16, Unleashed.
And the bear came across a fox, and the fox said, Bear, stop right there.
Family
There's
time.
a monster up ahead.
Okay, bedtime.
No, this is the last book.
Oh, I thought that the last book was the last book.
It's a never-ending story.
Hello?
Hey, it's Peter.
Hi, what's wrong?
What's wrong?
Is there something wrong?
No. Why? What's wrong with you?
It's fair for her to ask.
No emergency.
Oh, social call.
Nothing. I was actually calling for Rachel. Is she there?
Oh,
Yeah,
already?
she's right here. Rich, it's for you. It's Peter.
Oh.
Is she jealous? Have they been talking this whole time?
Are you serious?
Oh, looks like they have.
Liv,
Wait,
can we keep on going?
No.
Yeah.
It's hard to read Olivia, but I don't know if she's bothered or not.
Skinny monster, the bear said. And he kept walking because he didn't believe there was a monster up ahead.
Monster's gonna be unleashed in the book.
Monsters aren't real, right?
No, sweetheart. They're not.
Oh, they're real in this place. What are these guys doing?
I told you relax. The alarm's disabled. There might be a backup system.
Oh, activists trying to save the animals. Okay, so a virus of some kind is gonna be unleashed. This reminds me of that movie 28 Days Later.
Come on, Jonathan. We gotta get out of here.
Right? Some creature. Behind that door, likely. Jump scare. I hate jump scares. They always get me.
Stop right there!
You should be arrested for what you do. We've let them go, all of them. These animals deserve better. How would you like to be caged up and tortured?
Tell me you didn't open that door. Yeah, you bet I did.
Oh.
Get out. Now, all of you, get out!
You should be arrested. Experimenting on animals is a crime.
Somebody shut her. Go!
they gonna show the creature?
Chris?
I want to close my eyes though, but there's no point. Look at the squid. That was good. That's the most gripping opening so far. Yeah, jump scares. I'm pathetic when it comes to them. I don't think I'm alone on that, right, though, right? That was pretty scary.
Well, they appear to have been attacked by an animal, but the coroner's never seen anything like it. Whatever did this doesn't appear to be indigenous to the area.
Oh, wherever it is indigenous to, I don't want to live there.
Right on. Amen.
Whatever did this had enormous claws, like those bear, the big cats.
A bear? Similar to the story Olivia was telling her niece?
Hey, we're looking for Big Bird. Don't be ridiculous.
Big Bird. It'd be funny if it was like a Big Bird version of a creature.
Looks like these kids were after more than a joyride.
This is quite delicious. Where did you get that? In the car. I'm eating. What is the matter with you?
Oh, forgive my son. He's been in a mood all day.
I just figured don't eat the evidence went without saying.
But there's no bearing on the case, I assure you.
No comment.
There were 4 people in this group. We're missing a body. Have we searched the woods?
We had canine units canvass the area. We didn't turn up any of the bodies.
Or maybe one of them got away and survived.
If they did, they could answer a lot of questions.
Abducted by the creature, probably.
Philip, how well do you know Chris?
Why, is he in some kind of trouble?
I'm not at liberty to say.
Oh, no, just because he doesn't seem like the type, to get into FBI kind of trouble.
Why do you say that?
Mm-hmm.
He's always making flyers, going to rallies, political.
He was an animal rights activist.
Yeah, definitely. He'd save anything with a beak or a claw.
With a beak or a claw. Big Bird.
So this thing had the claws of a lion and the fangs of a snake?
It reminds me of a woman I once knew in Cleveland. Well, these punctures were over 4 inches apart. And that would make this snake 8 feet long. Her name was Harriet.
How is everything?
Well, apparently you're looking for a lion snake named Harriet.
Harriet. I'm calling it Harriet.
So you think that they were breaking into labs that were doing animal testing?
And releasing the animals, which would explain the burglary tools and the lack of ID.
It would, but it wouldn't explain how whatever it is that these guys released was able to rip a door off their car and kill them all.
And if it's a type of bird, it likely can fly, maybe?
Astrid, let's look up labs in the area that do research with animals and
See if any of them reported break-ins? Yep, I'm on it.
Thank you.
That shouldn't be too hard with that guy dying. Unless there's a cover-up. Which I can see with this kind of show. What did he just find? It's like a toothpick. Oh, well, he recognizes it.
It's always a monster. Monster must be housewife or raccoon.
Oh, broad daylight killing coming up. Yeah, doesn't sound. Yeah, doesn't sound. Okay, anyway. Sounds bad.
What?
Nothing.
You dating my sister?
You called Rachel last night. Anything important?
What? Yeah, that song, If You Like Pina Coladas. We're trying to remember the name. Turns out it's called Escape.
So you two are friends now?
Does that bother you?
He wants it to.
No.
Or am I completely misreading this? I don't know.
Astrid? Charlie just
Let me
called.
guess, a past
Animal
experiment?
control got a call from a woman in Newton who claims that she nearly hit a monster on Route 30. So I'm gonna meet him there. Will you call me if you find anything?
Yeah, sure thing.
Thanks.
Olivia! Be careful.
He Maybe tell her what you're suspecting. So she... Oh. Maybe he's unsure, I guess.
What was that all about? Nothing. Just want her to be safe.
Peter, you know better. Look into it. Watch your back, Charlie. He shouldn't have gone there. Just stay. He should have stayed where he was and be ready to shoot. I don't know what it is. Oh. Oh my God. Oh my gosh, are we gonna now lose the character of Charlie with this? Oh my gosh. Still alive.
What was it?
A snake? Like the one in Harry Potter? That's what I'm thinking of.
What the heck is that? Put the stingray here, please. Now, please, in here.
Stingray? Is that what you said?
Thank you very much.
Walter knows what it is.
Agent Francis, I'm told you were attacked by the beast. What did it feel like?
It hurt. No.
The animal's dermis. Was it rough, like the rhinoceros?
I haven't felt any rhinos lately, but this course, like sandpaper.
And the metastoma, the tail, was it segmented like a scorpion?
Scorpion. Oh, I think I have an idea what kind of creature it is. Some kind of hybrid, right? A mix and match of shit.
I believe we may be dealing with a transgenic species.
Which is what?
It's an animal creation, an organism made up of the genes of multiple species. The best of the best, as it were.
Mixing a bunch of species to create a Frankenrhino is unnatural and a really bad idea.
Frankenrhino. That's a wonderful description. There's another term that's used in fantasy with that. It's escaping my mind.
How can I help you, Agent Dunham?
Dr. Swift? You could start by telling me what sort of work you do here at Swift Research.
Well, we're commissioned by pharmaceutical and cosmetic companies to test their products. To make sure they're safe before using them in human trials.
Mm. It's our reality.
You'll excuse me if I seem insensitive, but what does this have to do with me in this lab?
We believe they were animal rights activists. That they were killed after they broke in and released animals from a facility much like you have here.
Agent Dunham, I told you we only test products. And what's more, there was no break-in.
So they are covering things up.
Doing some cleanup work.
Oh, hundreds of animals in and out of here every week. As I'm sure you can probably imagine, the cleanup never ends.
Mind if I take a look?
But you actually do need a warrant. Understand, we deal with billion-dollar trade secrets, and I am obligated to respect my client's confidentiality.
Mm-hmm. Your client's probably really pissed that they lost their creature.
What? Damn it, how can I concentrate when you're running around?
Walter, are you talking to me?
No, just thinking out loud.
Hey,
Hey.
Walter. Walter, I need you to tell me what exactly you would need to create a genetic hybrid.
Time. A lot of time. I know. It's like he's on another planet. You've seen him. He's been like that all day.
I wonder if who he was talking to was the illusion of himself that he saw at the institution.
I found this book among my old files. What is this, Walter?
Oh, wow.
Olivia, is this the creature? No. But I fear it is quite similar.
Are you saying that you created this?
Not this one specifically. My experiments were a failure. You knew. You knew all along. You knew that this was connected to you creatures didn't survive.
Oh, he's telling you now. Wait, is something moving in that body bag?
Guys, his body's moving.
What?
Move away
They're
from it.
still alive. Quick, unzip it. Then we'll be suffocated. Oh, maggots. Oh, not maggots. Larvae. From the creature.
You mean that these are baby monsters?
Yes. We must collect them, Peter. Petri dish.
My God!
What, you mean it plants the eggs when it stings you?
Charlie!
Oh God, Charlie.
Ugh.
There have been 3 reported sightings.
Almost like Alien in a way.
2 in Medford and 1 in Arlington.
Right?
Authorities advise if you see it or any other wild animal.
Oh,
do not
there's
take
our
it.
observer.
On the-
There's some kind of
On the
mountain
news.
lion on the loose.
Oh.
Well, baby, that's why you married me.
Why?
So I can protect you from all the scary things that are out there.
Uh-huh.
Who's gonna protect you?
I told you, just scrape.
Until it's not in the middle of the night.
Nothing I haven't handled before a dozen times.
She should have called him first. No?
Charlie, hey.
What's up? You okay?
Yeah, Charlie, but you may not be.
Why didn't she call him? I know, no. They need a scene.
Electroconductive gel for the ultrasound.
Enough with the suspense. What is it exactly that we're looking for?
I believe the stinger we found in you may have carried the creature's embryos. I think this is why the creature didn't eat you. I think you may be carrying its offspring.
You trying to tell me that I'm pregnant?
Oh, how's it gonna look?
Is that it?
Oh my
Afraid so. One small piece of good fortune. At least the creature doesn't mate in the traditional way.
Thanks for that, Walter. That's great bedside manner.
Well, he is fortunate in that sense. This kind of reminds me of the movie Splice. Just a bit. Tiny, tiny bit.
Walter, there's gotta be something that you can do. Alright? Hey, look at me. You can't check out right now. We cannot let this man die.
Don't you think I know that, Peter? Think, damn it. What are you gonna do? Poison them.
Okay. They'll die within him and he may have to, I guess, shit them out.
Hear from Peter, it's highly toxic.
Oh! So I have about 16 hours.
Careful. Okay, get your toy out. Hello? Hey, Catherine, whoa, slow down, honey. Be careful.
Oh, is the creature on the play thing here? Huh.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, lordy, lordy.
I've been through the missing persons records a dozen times. There's nothing from any of the local hospitals either.
You're still thinking there was a fourth activist?
And if they're out there and impregnated, then who knows how many more of these things we're looking at.
Maybe it's gone. Maybe it went into the river or died from lack of proper food.
Nope, it's on a playground. Possibly trying to get a kid.
It's bad news.
Poison killed the larvae, but it also poisoned Charlie's blood.
I don't understand.
Walter seems to think that the larvae act like parasites. They feed on their host for nutrients, so they're killing him so they can gestate.
Call his wife. She of all people should know what's going on.
Well, we'd have to transfuse Charlie with the creature's blood, mix the mother's blood in with his own. That way, maybe the larvae would think he's one of their own and stop feeding and die of starvation. Which sounds crazy, I know, but he seems to think it'll work.
Okay, then that's what we'll do. Bye.
You gotta try anything at this point.
3 bedrooms, so if we want to have another baby, we'll be fine. Oh, and the best part about it is it's got this amazing yard. Oh, it's even got a treehouse for Todd. Catherine, let me call you back.
Yeah, go get your boy.
Todd! Come here!
It's almost a little silly to put close calls like that when they likely wouldn't show that happening to a kid.
I'm sorry this has happened to you.
It's not your fault.
I didn't tell you.
Tell me what.
The creature. Where it came from.
Maybe Charlie doesn't need to know that detail right now.
You've had a thought.
Yeah, I think it's traveling underground. There you go. Thank you. Look at that. All the sightings are near major storm drains.
And each one of them large enough to accommodate the creature.
So it's probably only surfacing to eat, or to mate. What?
If it's traveling in the sewer, then we have nothing. It could be anywhere.
Walter, it's okay. We're making progress.
No, it's not okay.
I feel you, Walter. I feel you. They all do.
Hello?
Agent Dunham. Hey, this is Carl Bussler from MIT.
What can I do for you, Carl?
You said to call if anything came up, and I think maybe something might have.
What is it?
This kid Jonathan hasn't been in class for the last few days. He was into all that animal rights stuff too. Anyway, no one's seen him.
Okay, well, I'll check it out. What's his last name?
Swift. Jonathan Swift.
Dum 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 dum.
Dr. Swift, you failed to tell me that your son Jonathan was at MIT.
I'm not sure how that's relevant.
3 of his classmates were torn limb from limb the other night, and he hasn't been seen since. I would say that would be very relevant. He wasn't too fond of the work you did here, was he?
I really can't say. Is this going somewhere, Agent Dunham?
Yes, a motive. I believe that he found out about your studies, that your lab was testing on animals, and he and his friends broke in here 2 nights ago. But what he didn't know was that you do much more than just testing on animals. You create them.
Mm-hmm. He's probably harboring his son somewhere.
Now, your son is out there, maybe injured, maybe infected, and I can help. But you need to help me too.
It didn't kill 5 people.
Excuse me?
It was 7.
He admitted that the hybrid came from his laboratory. Apparently he was collaborating with a geneticist called
Cameron Dagelman.
Oh. Well, where is this guy?
Dead. He was at the lab along with Swift's son when the students released the creature.
Good news. How's Olivia? Swift confessed apparently this monster has nothing to do with your work, Walter.
What?
Well, Swift was working with the geneticist. For years he was pursuing this work. A Cameron Dagelman?
Dagelman. Of course.
There is a connection after all with Walter.
Okay, well, we know what it's made of. We know that it moves through the sewers. So can't we, I don't know, like bait it or something?
Just so I'm clear, are you actually suggesting that we go down into the sewers and wait for this thing to eat us?
Well, no.
Yes. Yes. Oh, no.
You gotta try something. Charlie's gonna be dead soon.
Walter, are you saying that we can lure this thing by dangling those larvae in front of it?
Yes, but no. We've already determined that it's traveling through the sewer system, so we just need to lure it from the central location.
Well, now that I have a better idea of its biological makeup, I think I can kill it. Assuming that you can provide us with 50 caliber incendiary rounds, Agent Dunham.
Well, that's not exactly FBI standard issue, Walter.
But she'll get it.
I believe we can successfully lure it. We can survive the encounters, the more intriguing question.
You'll survive. You'll survive.
You know, hunting this thing in the sewers. It's not a good idea, Liv.
You got a better idea?
Yeah. Don't get hurt for me.
Well, that's not really very fair.
Oh, Charlie.
Considering you would do the same thing for me. You will call me if his condition changes.
I will.
And call his wife. I mean, they introduced her in the show, and you might as well refer to her again. Okay, so that's going to come into play.
So what's next, Walter?
There's an intersection 100 feet down here that will conduct the sound most effectively.
I hope there's a visual effect of the entire creature, even for just a couple of seconds. That'd be really cool. And it's practical effects that's even more impressive.
Our guest are on.
Well, now I know what it feels like to be live bait.
Hey, come on, let's get in position.
Mm-hmm. Ah, finally!
Hello?
You just kidding?
Hi. I thought it might be you. I just got in from the market. I ran into Jody. She just told me a really funny joke.
Tell me.
So, the patient goes to his doctor and he says, "Doctor, if I give up wine, women, and song, will I live longer?" And the doctor says, "Well, no, but it'll feel longer."
I don't understand the joke.
Are you gonna be home for dinner?
I don't know.
Okay, all right. Well, I will see you when you get home. And I love you, babe. Even more for laughing at that joke.
I love you too.
Bye-bye.
He's being brave. Or he's having faith that things will work out. And that's not a conversation they need to have. Combination of both.
Frightening situation like this, two things occur to me. The first is the sound managed to sing to Rufus.
A dog.
When he was young, he used to have night terrors. Van Amber is the man who goes to all the shows.
The song might actually lure it instead of the babies.
I think we could wait down here to be mauled in silence, please.
Oh, Peter.
So what was the second thing? You said two things occurred to you.
The second thing, I need to tinkle. Could either of you direct me to the facilities?
Is he joking?
Excuse me.
Don't say that I never take you anywhere.
Right? Perfect date. Oh, he's gonna try his experiment? Ah.
Walter! Hey, Walter, you open this gate right now!
You're right, Peter. I live in a society, and I need to clean up after myself.
You're not prepared for this. That thing could tear you apart.
Yes, you're right. I almost forgot. I've already considered that possibility.
Walter, is that the trichloramide? No! What are you doing? That's gonna kill you!
Oh, my lord.
Should the creature consume me, it will only be poisoning itself. Afterwards, you remove its blood and save Agent Francis. Should I live? There's an antidote in the lab, which I should ingest within the hour. Time is of the essence.
Walter, stop right there. Walter, come back here! Stop! Right now!
Is Walter a staple character in the whole series, or is he just in season 1? I'm just saying this out loud to myself. It's not something for you to answer. Okay. I'm gonna remove myself with that doubt, because, I mean, this is a big actor. He wouldn't just be there for 16 episodes. It's above him. Okay, the effects aren't terrible. I get the point.
Walter!
Yeah, the lighting and the coloring, that looks quite real. Oh, Walter shot it. I thought Olivia did for some reason.
Although, when I mentioned that the poison would kill me within the hour, did either of you happen to notice the time?
Oh. Jeez. This is quite an episode. Saving 2 birds with 1 shot.
You're right. As I said before,
That's why Peter's there. Keep him in check.
Look.
And
What happens now?
Yeah, like, how do you
Now you
extract
crap
them?
'em out.
Okay, yeah. I got that part right. Ugh! Can you imagine looking into the toilet bowl? Like, would you want to flush that down the sewer system? Ew. Like nothing ever happened. That's nice. What? What's she thinking? Oh. Having a moment afraid of the monster. You get those days. Well, not in my adulthood, but trying to think. I think after horror movies, I tend to get a little, more jumpy in the dark. Okay, this was quite an episode. Quite an episode. I got thoughts. Coming up. I couldn't pick a scene that fits the criteria that I normally try to follow, and that's a scene that adds to my stew of mystery when it comes to the bigger picture with this season. Instead, though, I've picked a scene that could still fit. You let me know, but it's more on the surprising end, like a scene that just surprised me a lot. And the scene I'm talking about is when we find out that Charlie is preggers with the creature's babies. That really got me thinking along the lines of the Alien franchise. I even had a thought of the movie Splice. It's an older science fiction movie, but it just kind of got me thinking about it with I can't give away spoilers just in case you haven't seen it, but I was thinking about that movie and another fantasy TV show where I remembered the term chimera. And that creatures, I think, fits that definition. I could be wrong on that, but the point is, that's the scene that I ended up choosing. And another scene that I could have chosen as well, that I thought would have been a fit, but the only reason why I didn't pick it was because I thought it would be too repetitive from a previous episode that had a similar situation where Walter realizes that what's going on is related to something he's done in the past. Obviously, that's a pattern, so I didn't want to repeat that, right? But in this case, he wasn't directly involved. It was an indirect inspiration of creations of the stuff going on. But nonetheless, if anything I could say this episode made quite clear is that when science tries to play God in creating things that are unnatural or not part of the natural order, as some would say, things can go pretty badly. And you'd have these kind of creatures out and about spreading their eggs and stinging people. Yeah. Anyways, it's quite clear to me that this show is definitely going to explore the extremes of not only science, but also nature. Because this episode is quite indicative of that. Now, another thing that I really appreciated is they now have given more of a backstory of what's going on with Charlie and his lady. And I appreciate that they did it in this episode where there was a focus on him and raising the stakes, right? Because knowing that he has someone that he would lose, having an idea of his personal life allows me as a viewer to empathize even more so with this character who we've only known in a work setting. And I have decided to kind of lay to rest my doubts about Charlie being possibly a villain. I think it's quite clear he's not. He's a good guy. And although, like I said before, I'm familiar with the actor playing villainous characters in other properties, I think it's good on me to give this actor the benefit of the doubt that he can play more than just a villain, right? Anyways, so yes, I won't be suspecting him anymore. Charlie's a cool guy. Charlie's got Olivia's back and she's got his. And I enjoy this show showing the strength of their friendship and their bond, which was quite apparent in this episode, and I'm assuming in episodes to come. So when it comes to my Ashamoji rating, this episode has a lot of other extra layers that I've noted with my club members in my full reaction. And I'm not just saying that to tease you about it, but I'm just saying that there's just so much other stuff that I'm suspecting and speculating on that I don't have that much time to kind of babble on about at this point in the video reaction. So with that in mind, I have to give this episode a 5 because it just touched on other things that I think could be going on beyond the surface, especially with Walter. So yeah, 5 Ashemojis. It's a great episode. I really look forward to rewatching this and dissecting certain lines and certain scenes in particular. And I love that we saw the Observer straight on the news. It'd be kind of neat if he just like winked at the camera at one point. No, but I know that's not his thing. But it was definitely nice to see him straight on right there. And I will always appreciate that because when he's hard to find, it drives me nuts that I have to ask club members to tell me where he is. And then put it in my edit of the video. So there you have it. That is my reaction to episode 16 from the first season of Fringe. I've got 4 more episodes to go. I'm looking forward to watching them. And I look forward to reading your comments, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you want access to my full, uncut, unfiltered reaction to this episode, details about that is in the description box below, as well as other details on how you can support this channel if you're not interested in being a club member, but you do want to help me out in growing here on YouTube. So until my reaction to episode 17, you know what I'm going to say next. Peace out! Peace out, people! Bye. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe and check out my other videos.